What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinter content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, I don't know if you saw this, but we did not get an end of season, yet had a positive balance or a positive change to the DEC supply. You can see here that over the past 24 hours, we've actually minted 3.65 million DEC. Now, some of that may have come from SPS, but a majority of it, it looks like, it came from burned rewards cards. Maybe some burned gladiators in there, and this is probably either people who took advantage of cards below the burn value or many of the bot farms that are potentially exiting. Now, the 450,000 number, I'm going to give a shout out to Nerd Cthulhu, who is on, in Mav Chat and very active there. I did not do anything to essentially go in and double check this number, so I apologize, but I just wanted to share it here because it was a big topic of conversation from Mav Chat, and again, the numbers kind of back it up in terms of looking at the data that he was sharing, as well as obviously there's more DEC today than there was yesterday. So the interesting thing here is, this strategy is not that I guess not that unexpected. For example, I was buying cards below burn value way back in January as well, simply because I knew that once we got closer to peg, if I couldn't sell the cards, I could just burn them and I would come away with a 20 to 25% profit. Now, I still have these cards. I have not burned them yet. And again, I can't even do this at the scale that, these bot farmers are doing it. I don't have nearly enough of 450,000 BCX or whatever it is. That's, I was just doing it on a much smaller scale, but I can imagine many other people kind of taking advantage of the same thing. Now that DEC is getting closer to peg, everybody's trying to get some liquid DEC for Rebellion potentially, or even just to exit out of the game, right? Maybe a lot of folks are thinking that with the sell pressure, we may never get close to peg. So anything above 900 Splintoshis is a good deal. So I don't know how long this is going to continue, but I did want to just go in and check what the print rates were for these cards. So you can see I have rewards set up here, and we're going to go all the way down to the bottom with the most recent rewards. What's fascinating to see is that, for example, Venari Heatsmith, I mean, we've burned more than 5, 6, maybe even 7% of all Venari Heatsmiths that are in print, right? So there's 8 million BCX that were put out. We've burned over 500,000. We burned over 5% of Pellet Core Deceivers. We burned over 5% of Gargoyle Lions. When you look at the newer cards, even, let's take a look here at like Ever Hungry Skull, or even, what's it, Bloodmaker? Bloodmaker, we've almost burned 10%, right? There's 4.4 million, and we're closing in on 400,000 that have been burned. And this is just the common cards, right? So even with that, there's still plenty more out there to burn. And if you take a look at the marketplace, there's still plenty more out there going for, a penny at this point. But the thing is, it's not just that. In fact, if I remember back, I was buying a bunch of epic cards because epics were well below their well below their burn value, right? I was able to buy epics for like 8 cents a pop, knowing that at peg I'd be able to burn them for 10 cents a pop, right? So that's an easy 25% gain that I'm still sitting on. And that doesn't even include the 5% bonus that cards get in terms of collection power. So that, again, I'm just trying to share what the strategy was back then that a lot of people are now starting to execute on. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe some new players come in and I'll be able to rent the cards out for a decent value or sell the cards, whatever the case is. But either way, that's what's happening right now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it continue to happen. Now, granted, we've minted, let's go back to the page here. So if we'll just say, roughly 500,000 cards is going to get you maybe 4 million, 5 million, we'll call it DEC. That's still a significant amount considering how many more BCX there are out there, because we've been doing roughly 1 million DEC a day is how much we burn as an average run rate, and that actually includes the 15 million that's minted every month for leaderboards. So now when we start adding in more on top of this, obviously that's going to throw things off in the long run. And so, my concern with this is obviously there's a finite amount of cards, right? So in that way, like, it shouldn't get too out of hand. There's not necessarily a finite amount of gladiator cards. So if people are burning a lot of gladiator cards, that could be something that the team would look at. But again, is it going to add that much? I would say no, but it's still significant, right? Because it's slowing us down here and there. And at the end of the day, 5 million DEC is not a small, chunk of change. Like, locking that up reducing that liquidity on the in supply in the marketplace, I mean, that only helps us get to peg faster. That helps us start burning more SPS sooner. So this could be a problem that we continue to face over the next couple of months now that there is significant DEC demand for Rebellion, and we know land is upcoming. Who knows, even Soulkeep, whether it's later this year or sometime next year, could be another DEC sync. So again, this is just something to keep in mind. This is why the numbers are going up. Obviously, tomorrow it's going to go up even higher, considering the fact that we are going to have our end of season. So if you see, like a massive amount over the past day, over the past 7 days, just know that there was also a DEC burn, a card burn that was included with that, and we'll see where that DEC ultimately ends up. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to share some of the things that were happening behind the scenes in the game economy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.